Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. How's everybody doing? What's up, MP, Julian, Rock? Everybody, what's up? What's up? Excuse me. I don't think there was a notification that went out. Was there? Maybe. I don't know. Head bob was too strong. Head bob was too strong. What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday? I said that already. Sunday. I'm all over the place. Forgive me. I've been working on the camera, so hopefully the camera looks a little bit better, sharper. The autofocus doesn't go crazy. Hopefully. I've been excited for this. I've been really excited for this. I know. What's up, Adam? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Yeah, back for another one. Absolutely. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I know Rock was so excited about My Hero. He was like, the chapter's out a day early. And I'm like, Rock, I only watch them if they officially come out, not if the scans come out. I forgot last week I came for the stream and started that. Yeah, because you came before the stream started, said something, and everybody, I just thought you was just in the back lurking for this week. So you have the best camera quality of a small YouTuber I've seen. I can say I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Blessed with the knowledge and the resources to be able to do these things. Right? Like before I started I made this channel with the intentions of playing games. So I bought a capture card, I bought an audio interface, a cheap mic, all that stuff, and then never did anything for like 3 years. Bought the camera because I wanted to just record stuff and try to make short films, and then came back to the idea of doing YouTube and figuring out what I need to be able to use a DSLR camera. Well, mine is a mirrorless, but DSLR camera instead of using a webcam, because I'm like a quality whore. Things can't look terrible. Like, it kills me every week because I honestly, like, logically, I can't come up with I haven't been able to come up with a format I like the stream to look. That's the only reason why it looks like this. I've experimented with so many different things and it always fails. So I just default back to this. Everything's got to change. I like quality. It's got to be up to snuff. I don't know. I said it like months ago, but I feel like it's the one thing that, in the hundreds of thousands of YouTubers that are actively trying to do stuff, maybe a camera quality or quality of everything overall might get someone to stick around a little bit if it doesn't look like I'm filming myself with a potato. I don't know. That's kind of like how I see things. All right, enough babbling. I haven't pulled the chapter up yet, but I'm about to right now. 301. I'm looking at the first page right now. Okay. What's up, Simo? What's going on? I'm like stuffy. Forgive me. All right, I'm not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna read this. Deep breath. I'm a little nervous. Nah, I won't. Have I used the word philosophy yet? I probably have. But my philosophy ideology on the channel is I want to give like my genuine reaction. So, like, I know whenever, what's up, Valoni? Like before, whenever I watch reaction channels, just me personally, if I found out that the person I'm watching their reaction knows what's already going to happen, I really don't want to watch it. Like, I want to see someone's genuine reaction to like the first time experiencing something. So that's how I carry the channel. I'll never react to the My Hero anime because I read it. I'm still gonna watch it at home and cry at all the scenes that need to be cried to, jump around and go crazy. Like, I'm gonna do all that, but I can't do it on camera. To me, it kind of feels fake. So it just feels like, it's like, like, it would feel like the last episode of season 4. I know this episode's gonna be amazing, so I'm gonna do this video and get a bunch of clicks because I know people are gonna be snapping off because of what Endeavor did. And I couldn't do it, even though I sat in my living room and I like cried like my mother died watching that episode. I couldn't do that on camera. It wouldn't feel genuine to me. So it's a lot of stuff. Like, I wish I could go watch Hunter x Hunter again and get the clicks. I wish I could react to the My Hero and get the clicks. I wish I could react to Demon Slayer. I'm not gonna react to Demon Slayer either, even though it's hurting my heart. I want to watch Demon Slayer on stream, but I read it, so I'm not gonna do that. I think it would be like disingenuous. I'll let someone else that already read it is gonna come, and I'd rather it not be me. What you could do is watch the episode, then talk about the episode when you react to the new chapter. That is true. I could do some sort of like talk or review style thing on it. I'll think about it. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to work myself up. I have like a review that I wanted to do for Your Lie in April, since I watched Your Lie in April last year, and I literally have the whole thing written out. It's like 10 pages of a script. It's like a 15-minute video, and it's just every time I start to record it, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm not used to this. I'm just used to giving my raw reactions and my raw feelings and not trying to give my feelings out through a scripted thing. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. Something I got to get past as a content creator if I want to keep making stuff. All right, enough babbling. 301. I'm looking at the first page. I've been looking at the first page. What's up, Rebecca? How are you? Madman, what's going on? Happy Sunday. All right, here we go. Why we never dreamed that the great Endeavor, the man many say will be the next #1, would reach out to us. How fortunate, what an absolute honor. The Himura family was also once considered prestigious with a long and storied history. So it's only fitting that a top hero such as yourself would take a Himura woman as your bride. She was a lot like Ice herself. Page 2. Animation, you with the movie? I do think so. I think because this will be the first like full cycle that they're going through, planning for the movie and having the new team together for the season, that they're going to be much better prepared. All right, page 2. Let me zoom in. She knew full well it was a quirk marriage from the start, but she said she'd do it for her family's sake. This is the scene that we saw of them during the Endeavor and High End fight, is it? No. Hey Andriana, happy Valentine's Day. We've seen this scene before, right? This is when the we've seen the scene with no context, like with no dialogue. We've seen it. Is this from the Endeavor and High End fight, when Endeavor was thinking back why it was like the multi shot of that? All right. You like flowers, huh? Yes, so pretty. Strong, but prone to melting away at the slightest touch. All right. Top of 3. Ray. Are you really okay? Okay? No, I'm not. Damn you, Zoom. That's why I'm here. The Wrong Way to Put Out a Fire, Part 1. What's up, Milton? Yeah, but we only... Okay, cool. I'm just making sure I'm not going crazy. I'm trying to be on point. The Wrong Way to Put Out a Fire, Part 1. kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. Kind of nervous. Top of 4. Real single page. Dabi. That's a lot of burning. Can't feel a thing though. I know dear old dad ain't gonna die. He's tougher than that. Plus, even if he wants to say adios to this world, his position won't allow it. We'll have to make some kind of public statement pretty soon, too. It's interesting what he's saying. Excuse me. Can't wait to see his pathetic mug. I've been waiting so damn long for this. Enji Todoroki, Mom, Fuyumi, Natsu, and Shoto. Take a real good look at me in the depths of hell. Oh my... Ori, look at the slight panel work. Do you see his tear drip onto the next panel? Keeping Up with the Todoroki Family, Season 2, Episode 4. Okay. You see his tear drip from panel to panel. Page 6. And this is we're getting a flashback. Blood tear. Yeah, it's a blood, but it's like how he's doing it, it's coming from his eye. It's to symbolize the tear. Alright. Top of 6. You got a day off, right? So you gotta do quirk training with me. Why'd you change your mind all of a sudden, huh? Like I keep saying, it's for your own good. Okay. An unusual case to be sure. Your son has inherited an even more powerful form of the fire-based quirk factor. But he takes after his mother physically. Meaning he's not built to endure fire, but rather to withstand freezing temperatures. Sucks. I have to say, attempting to create custom children is taboo in our quirk-based society, so I can't advise it. Yes, he somehow saved 62 different towns and cities today. We'll never fall to villainy so long as All Might's around. You can surpass All Might, Toya. Look at the rage in his face. Oh my gosh, Endeavor. Look at the rage in his face. Look at the rage in his face. And we get the bottom of 7. Listen, Fuyumi. Yeah, I get a little burned, but so what? I can take it. I know my body better than anyone. But Toya, I don't like when you get hurt either. And glares at her. What do you know anyways? A girl wouldn't get it. I'm worried, that's all. I already got it in my head that I gotta surpass the other guy. Dad's the one who lit that fire under me. Panel work is simple but great in this chapter. Pointing out the paneling, when the blood tear drops, the background transitions from white to black. Yeah. Prime moment. 62 cities. Right, 62 cities. And we really think about it. 62 cities in a day. No, that would be too much. It's too cruel. Especially now that Toya knows what you're hoping to achieve through the children. No matter what I say, he comes home with fresh burns every day. He inherited that pig-headed stubbornness from me. That's the only way to make him give up, since he'll never be the one to surpass. Alright, so what? I haven't even gone to 10 yet. I'm pretty sure I think I called it. I'm pretty sure I think I called it. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. It feels that way. It feels that Endeavor did not treat Toya like, what's going on? I didn't loop the song, that's why. Messing up the flow, man. You're messing up the flow. You ain't get us clapped up. Goodness gracious. I'm pretty sure I called it with how Dabi felt. Dabi felt like, I don't think Endeavor was kicking the hell out of him. I do think Endeavor didn't want to train him, and then he's saying, it's like he pushed the boy to a point where he couldn't stop himself. Yeah, he couldn't stop himself living up to expectations, right? Endeavor did the same mistake All Might did with Izuku at this point. Yeah, it's like he lit the fire and now the kid can't stop, so now there's nothing I can do to stop him. And I think what they're discussing right here, if we move over to 10, is the only thing that we can do. I don't know if it's to ignore him. I do think it's probably to keep having kids, to eventually get a kid that has the perfect quirk, so then he could stop. I think that's it. But it's crazy how you can even see it. On 9, the lines are solid in the panels, but when you get to 10, the lines around Natsu being a baby is a little shaky. Toya is shaky. Endeavor is shaky. All Might is rock solid straight. Endeavor is shaky. Then Ray is shaky, and then her panel at the bottom left is the most the lines are just completely shaky. And it's only when her fear was confirmed, I'm going to 11, Shoto was born, and he literally has the quirk perfected. He literally has the quirk perfected, and that's her horror. Living with this man going crazy over the fact that he can't catch All Might. Look, oh wow, look at this panel. I'm on 12. Look at this panel. Oh my goodness. Wow. No, Dad, I can do it too. I can surpass him. See? Look how strong my flames are already. Look at me. And he engulfed himself. Right? No, why won't you stop? You're covered in burns and you still don't get why. Toy, you have to look beyond all this. Play with Natsu and Fuyumi. Make some friends at school. There's a whole other world besides the hero stuff. I know you understand that. Take my advice and this will be all a distant memory soon. The kids at school all say they want to be heroes. I can't understand that because I've got you as a father. What? You have to cool him down. You lit this fire in me, Dad, and it's not going out. I can't just pretend it's not there. Look at me. Whoa. Whoa, he lashed out like that? You don't get to claim you're hurting more than anyone. I don't think he ever did. And you're not the only one who didn't really see him. I don't think he ever... Yeah, I just read the last panel, Dexter. I just read the last panel. I don't think Endeavor ever said he was claiming he was hurting more than anyone. I think it's just the fact that he actually is realizing everything that's going on. I want to know what happens after this, because sheesh, man. This panel of Toya on 15 is nuts. This panel of Toya on 15 is absolutely nuts. You could just see, you could just see he's just broken. Yeah, I'm everything about this whole Endeavor thing. I've been saying it for the longest time, that I don't like. Endeavor is a big part of it, but I don't think he wasn't beating the hell out of Toya. He did some emotional damage and psychological damage. It's not just him. It's not just him. And I hope through this conversation that the rest of the family sees that it wasn't only him. Yes, he's the main reason why all of this is happening, because he wanted to perfect this quirk. He is the main reason, but he is not the only reason. This chapter clearly shows that he did not want Toya to keep going on this hero path. But it's exactly as he says right here on page 9. He's literally him. Toya quite literally is Endeavor, just with his mother's physical constitution. He says it. He's just like, he got his stupid stubbornness from me, and I can't talk the boy out of it. It literally is killing him inside. It's like half and half. Like, it's killing him because Toya wasn't the one that could pass on might, but at the same time, he does not want his son to be hurt, burning himself, like going to kill himself. It's a crazy dynamic. It's a crazy dynamic. He doesn't want that for him, but he just can't stop. And what I'm thinking the case is that because he's so stubborn, I think they all just started to ignore him. I just think they all started to ignore him. I don't think it was like I don't think it was I don't think it was like some sort of, you know what, this and the third. I think it was a slowly, like he just started to like cut Toya off, and Toya wouldn't listen to any explanation that he gave. And then it's the whole thing. It's word it right. The reason why Toya started to break even more is because he found out why his parents were getting together in the first place. Like, he found out that Endeavor and Ray were only together to create someone that had a perfect mix of them two. So for him to keep seeing them have kids, it's another level of rejection. So it's not just the fact that dad's ignoring me. Dad doesn't want me to be the one to inherit his will. It's also, now they've forgotten about me. They've moved on from me. Like, it's a total like rejection, because they're still searching for someone. I'm not good enough. That's some great writing. I'm starting to think that the incompatibility between their quirks, Dexter, yes, affected his mind just as much as his body. His brain is imbalanced. The two quirk personalities, they don't match. She's cold as ice and he's hot as fire. He's like, he doesn't have a perfect mix. That's why if you look at it, seemingly Fuyumi's the happy one, Natsuo is the downer, Toya is the crazy one, and Shoto is just even keel. He doesn't go up, nor does he go down. Like, they all, like, on the balance scale, they all literally are 4 different points on the scale. Shoto's dead in the middle, Toya's all the way over there, Fuyumi's all the way over there, and Natsu somewhere in between Fuyumi and Shoto, or Toya and Shoto. More so between Shoto and Fuyumi. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. That's some good writing. That's some damn good writing. That's some damn good writing. And Endeavor's the most gray character in the series. He's an evil, but he wasn't necessarily a good person either. He is human, and he was a caring father who succumbed to his pride. Yes. What are you saying? I think next chapter Endeavor gets Toya to stop training somehow, but I think he'll still suffer from what we see in this chapter. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it would be nuts if Shoto's quirk activated much earlier than expected, and he did something right here and stopped Toya if it wasn't either Ray or Endeavor. But what chapter was that? Hold on. I need to go back to it. I want to go back in to what Endeavor said. What chapter was the Dabi reveal? Hold on. Because Endeavor talked about the morning he found Toya engulfed in flames. I just want to go back to that really fast. 290, thank you. All right, I'm gonna pull it up on Viz. All right, 290. 291. Yeah, he was aiming from him because with the birth of Shoto, Toya is officially done. He's officially like, there's honestly to Toya with Shoto being alive, there's no it's 291. There's no purpose in him being alive because Shoto literally takes his place. The winds of winter howled that day and the air was dry. In the past, I used to train up on Sokoto Peak, and it was there that Toya burned to death. They say the fire burned at over 2,000 degrees Celsius. The body was never found. His bones were reduced to ash, and the blaze's updraft scattered them to the wind. Only a fragment of his lower jawbone was found. And yet at the time, I kept. I think he went up here by himself. Or he met up with someone. Because how old do you think Toya looks right here? And this how old does he look here? Because Fuyumi is a toddler right here. And he's older than Fuyumi. How old is Fuyumi? 20? 21? He's a little tyke right here in this 301, excuse me. Like, how old is Fuyumi? This is a quick wiki search. She's 22 first appearance. So she's 23 right now. So that literally puts Toya at, they might have the actual age for him now, since he's been, that means Toya is at least 25. He's at least 25 because he was like 2 when Fuyumi was born. So I'm taking that and I'm trying to like figure out how, like, what these ages are, because in this chapter 301, Fuyumi's a toddler. I would say Fuyumi's like, I don't know, 4 or 5. Natsuo is probably 2 or 3, and making Shoto a baby, and Toya is probably 6 or 7. Like, what I would say 6 or 7. But in 291, Toya looks like he could be in middle school. That's what it kind of looks like. And I would assume that if Shoto got taken at the same age that, like, maybe a 5, I think he was probably in middle school, went up there, and do you think, is it possible he faked his death? Is it possible? Is it possible you think he faked his death and he planned that with someone so he could just leave the family? Because I don't know, because it seems like, if we, like, in this chapter, Toya did a lot of training by himself, so I don't know if he continued to have that mindset, or if this attack on Shoto changed that. I'm not sure. We have a flashback where Shoto was older. Toya was playing with Natsu and Fuyumi, so that's why Endeavor may have isolated Shoto from his siblings. I think, but at this point, at the birth of Shoto, I think Endeavor is crazy. He's like unraveled. I do think it's possible that Toya, I do think it's possible Toya didn't plan his death, went up there, right? Went up there and did too much and combusted, and someone found him. Someone found him, was able to put his fire out, and took him. I do think so. And it's very possible that in the combustion, his jaw literally fell off. You never, like, because I don't know. I have no idea. Dabi's literally stitched together. This was a great chapter. This was a really great chapter. Maybe the fire was a ploy by some other party. True. I've been on that wave ever since Dabi looked at Hawks and said something and Hori didn't show us what he said. I'm like, dude, they know each other. And that led me down the rabbit hole of thinking that Hawks and Dabi somehow, some way grew up together, and by, like, within the Hero Commission. I think so. I do think so. I do think so. You figure out that this is Endeavor's son, and they cover it up. I could see that. I totally could see that. Kind of felt the anger of being the older brother, but you feel inferior to your younger siblings because of physical defect, but never went and tried to take them out on it, right, Milton? Perhaps All For One had something to do with Toya's death. It's possible All For One could have done something. Dabi could literally be a reference to Frankenstein, in which he did truly die, but stitched back together by someone else. Yeah. I kind of like that. I really like that idea. I really like that idea. I don't know where it could go, but I like the concept of that idea. Yeah. What's his deal with Stain is my question. What do you mean? Like, you mean just Stain being back in the story, or Dabi's deal with Stain? I wonder how Stain is gonna move right now. On page 7, that looks like the dot. Ooh, wait, hold on. See, I haven't gone back and re-investigated the panels, like, and read through them a gajillion times like I usually do. Hold on. I need to zoom in on this. Dude, I think that could be him. I think that could be him. quick. What chapter is the start of the raid? What chapter is that? I want to see if it's the same hospital. It could be the same hospital. Because we know that are you sure? Well, I guess so. I don't know. But Hawks' backstory already explains that he didn't know. We're missing the point. Where there's an entire part of Hawks' life that we still don't know. We only know up until he got taken into the Hero Commission, and then we get glimpses of him, and then we just see Hawks now. He was trained by the Hero Commission. Like, it's very possible that Toya and Hawks could have been trained by the Hero Commission throughout their childhood, maybe their teenage years. You never know. You never know. You never know. There's a Rice Krispie. A homemade Rice Krispie. Dabi attached himself to Stain because he believes Endeavor is a false hero, and Dabi is obviously anti-Endeavor, right? Or some other cleverness that I haven't figured out yet. I still can't believe that man swam there from Tartarus. It is possible, Pempy. There's some crazy people that can swim. Look up some endurance swimmers, and you'll be surprised at how far they can actually swim. You'll be surprised. Now, I'm not sure if they could do it after being locked in a Supermax. But it is, I think it is possible to swim 259. I think it's possible to swim 5 kilometers. It could be though. Shoto and Yuzuko are from the same city, true. By the way, the house that Dabi in is in the... Is it? So Dabi went back there. Or they went back there. Hopefully I'm not smacking into the microphone. Sorry. 259. Let me pull it up. No, it's not the same hospital. Or is it? It's not the same. It's not the same. Unless that's not the hospital I'm looking at and I'm being an idiot. That's the mansion. No, I don't think that's the same hospital. Funny would it be before he killed Stain by a shark? I know what you're saying, but so does the LV. After all that waiting, right? Dude, I'm looking at 259 at this Endeavor panel of him barking down on on Dr. Todoroki. It looks so good. Let me go back to the beginning really quick. I think it's crazy how Ray hit Endeavor with the "I'm here" line. See ya, Valonia. I know it's late for you. Have a good night. It's crazy. At the beginning of this chapter, Ray hit Endeavor with the "That's why I'm here" line. Did I see his comments this week? No. Can someone link them? Can someone Get that to me, like his chat, his weekly comments. That's a lot of burn. Can't feel a thing. I'm like looking at Dabi do this. It makes me wonder how often does he look at himself. Can we take a moment to appreciate the consistency in the writing? Uyumi said a passing line that Natsu had a girlfriend, and in 259 we see Natsu in the house with presumably his girlfriend. I didn't even peep that. I remember the girlfriend line because he got super embarrassed when they were talking to her. And yeah, Uyumi's rolling up to the house, and Natsu's. This girl's got some, like, I don't know if she got like some headphones on, but she got some ears though. She got something going on. Like, she's like, that's interesting. That is true though. And it looks like, unless this is from Endeavor's money, he's doing good for himself too, because he's in college. Unless he's at her house, unless he's at his house, because this is not Endeavor's house. It's interesting. Interesting. Like Hori, like whenever Hori makes a mistake, like he'll come out and say, "Yo, I made a mistake," and people will still try to come after him for it. It's weird. Like, people on the internet are weird. Like, he'll be like, "I messed up. I'll fix it when the volumes come out. Forgive me. I apologize." And people will still come at his neck. Like, dude, he's 300 chapters in. He's thinking of so much stuff in the future. Like, he might mess up on one thing, just overlook something. Oh man. He said that people need to have a dehumidifier next to them when reading. Really? He said that? That's funny. That's hilarious. This was a great chapter though. But I was saying, I wonder how often Dabi looks at himself and does this, because he's unless he's talking to someone, and unless he's talking to someone on, what page is this? On page 4? Like, he's pointing out like he's looking at himself like that's a lot of burning. And then he's just like, I can't feel a thing though. Like, of course, all of his nerve endings would absolutely be destroyed if this is actually his skin that is stitched together, like basically holding him together. Crazy. What's up, Diary Manga? Thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. That blood tear is crazy, though. Maybe he's one of those method writers that needs to immerse himself in the elements of his story. I don't have the link, but these are his exact words. I can't continue with a story that has this high level of humidity. Think it would feel nice to turn on the dehumidifier while reading. Possibly. Like, he's writing about this family with all these tensions flaring and the fire quirk itself. Yeah. Even John, I did see that, but everyone's going crazy with John Cena John Cena, like, he just posts random stuff to his Instagram account because he's contractually obligated to have an Instagram from the WWE. So whenever like Instagram became a popular thing, he got the handle and he has to just upload on it because that's like a part of what he has to do. So he just uploads random things unless it's something that is like near and dear to him, like someone passes, and then he'll actually like put up something like regarding the person that passed, stuff like that. Or if he's like promoting something. So I think that My Hero image, unless he's got something to do with the live action My Hero stuff and he's just throwing it out there, I think that was just like a random grab from the internet. First Meg the Stallion and now John Cena. Meg's a little different though. Want Samuel Jackson be on my Hero fave next. It's crazy. At least now that we have it confirmed that Dabi has stronger flames than Endeavor. That is confirmed now. It's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy how a lot of the fandom, because of all the stuff that Hori has stitched through the years, has figured this out. But it's crazy just having it confirmed. Like, it's just like, it's common sense that if Dabi is burning up like this using his quirk, he did confirm that. I'm an idiot. It's cool having it confirmed again then. Disregard me. I'm a fool. I'm a fool, disregard me. But I think it's dope. The official My Hero Twitter and Funimation have added him. Think he might voice act a character. It's possible. Like, if it's not just a random post, if it's actually something, he either is going to be involved. People are going to be mad. If they can't get The Rock to play All Might in this live action thing, guess who's playing All Might? Ta-da! He's gonna do it. But if it's not anything related to that live action thing, he possibly could be voicing someone in the dub. And now that leads me to, who would he be voicing in the dub? Who would John Cena voice? Because it would have to be for My Villain Academia, because I don't think he's gonna voice with voice anything from the class battle. So who would he voice from? It would have to be someone of, like, I don't think we'd be making this big of a deal if he was just voicing a side character. It's gonna be someone that's gonna get some significant time, if not for just this one season, a reoccurring villain. I'm trying to think who could. I'm not trying to think of like his physical, like his actual voice. Who could he lend that to and it would fit? I'm running through all like the lieutenants. Can we please stop with the live action anime adaptation? Some of them are cool. Some are cool. Others, but some are cool. Like the Bleach one was cool. The Bleach one was cool. Rurouni Kenshin was cool. Could be Trumpet from the Meta Liberation. Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember a lot of people from the Meta Liberation Army because we spent so much time with the Paranormal Liberation Front. So I only remember like the what's his face? I was thinking Redestro, but same thing with you. I kind because he looks so much like the Joker. I would love it if Mark Hamill would eat the budget away from the dub cast. But if they could get Mark Hamill to be Redestro, oh my gosh. It would completely eat their budget though. It would completely eat their budget. It would completely eat their budget. But if they could get Mark Hamill to be Redestro, my goodness gracious, how much of a fit that would be. How much of a fit that would be. Man, oh man. He could be Trumpet. Cena could be Trumpet. I don't see him being Skeptic. I hear Skeptic so much different in my head. He could be Trumpet though. Captain Celebrity would be perfect. I still have to read Vigilantes. I want to make content on it, but I don't think I'm not in the right headspace to try to take on another read through right now. He totally could be Trumpet. Or hold on. He could be Sliding Go. He could be Sliding Go. Redestro is like he's obviously inspired. His character design is inspired from the Joker. Clear, it's obvious. Especially the first chapter you get of him, especially like what happens at the end of that chapter. It like 100%. What the hell, camera? Come on. Y'all notice how Deco in the third poster does the John Cena pose? Coincidence? I think not. Oh man. This was a really cool chapter. Now, what I thought was going to happen in this chapter did not happen. So I'm still nervous at what Ray might tell him. But I'm also excuse me. I'm a little nervous. But what she's saying is kind of easing my it's kind of easing me with the last thing she says, because she's like, you're not the only one who didn't really see him. So it shows that she's not placing all of the blame on him. Right? So that's the only thing that's kind of easing it a little bit. I'm still nervous, but it's kind of easing it. It's kind of easing it a little bit. Unless she just goes full 360 and just hits him with it. But I don't know. I don't think Endeavor was ever claiming that he was hurting more than anyone. I think everyone has just been living in the grief, and now the grief has finally hit him. I don't know. I think it's because I just care for Endeavor too much. I care for Endeavor a lot. So I'm like thinking, I'm thinking that he's finally gotten around to the point to grieve. right? He's finally grieving. He's finally getting a chance to grieve. He's not running from it anymore. And it feels like he's not able to grieve because the rest of them had to deal with the pain. It kind of feels like since we dealt with it and now you're starting to deal with it, we have to do something. He hasn't had the chance to actually like accept it. I don't know. He's like, he literally had like a moment and then his family bursted in the room on him. I don't know. I just would have loved to have him get that moment of him actually just like letting it all out. How's your self-harming fish? They're fine, I guess. The water looks like it's too hot, but other than that, they're fine, I guess. As Izuku is so much connected to Peter Parker, his dad is someone special. And everyone's gonna be mad when his dad is someone special. It's gonna be something. The character of Deku can't win for nothing. Can't win for anything. At the end of the day, I think he's gonna say that Toya is suffering the most. Yeah. Yeah, now that you're saying that. I hate the fact that people on Twitter were hating on my hero from deviating from Izuku and focusing on the side characters in the best moment. I think she's coming with good intentions and she brought the flower for him. Possibly. Todoroki isn't enough of a compelling character to me for the amount of spotlight his family drama has, but it's either him or Bakugo, so I'll take what I can. I don't mind either of them getting it. My whole thing is, my hero gets so much flack for doing things that it feels kind of weird to me that it gets so much flack. And I think I don't know why. I think a lot of people go hard on my hero because just like with any fandom, they defend and stand the series that they like. They defend the series that they like so much that they're just like, my hero fans suck, and they do. So they just go sicko mode on it. I feel like it gets so much more hate than it deserves. It really does. I genuinely do think that. And the fandom doesn't help it out. But I do feel that way. If you watch Vigilantes, the characters from the spinoff getting introduced right now would be amazing. The whole thing with that is then how do you continue Vigilantes? How do you if you introduce, because doesn't Vigilantes take place years before the start of My Hero? So in introducing without finishing Vigilantes, like coming up with something that catches Vigilantes up to Vigilantes up to the series and then it ends, wouldn't introducing like one of the characters to I don't know, I'm reading what Dexter's saying and I have a counter argument for it, but wouldn't it spit it out, if you introduce a character from Vigilantes current day in My Hero, wouldn't it kind of ruin the character development that you may see from them in Vigilantes if they're both ongoing? That's what I'm trying to say. And it's understandable to a point. Shoto and Bakugo get a ton of screen time, but that comes at a cost of major character time for Izuku. But for almost every single shonen, and I'm not saying this is what you're saying, but I know I before like I've seen that argument a lot, right? There's I've seen that argument a lot about Izuku doesn't get enough focus, yada 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 yada, blah 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 blah. But it's just like, all right, so you have a series that is attempting to focus on a lot of its supporting characters around a main character, because Deku is a solid main character. He's not an absolutely incredible main character, but his story's not done yet. He still can grow into a great character. Ask Attack on Titan, because Eren was an okay character and then he grew into literally the best main character ever. So Deku can still grow. But the whole issue with a lot of older shonen series that everyone just seems to love and they can't get rid of, the main character gets so much focus that I could give a rat's ass about any other of the side characters. So now we have a series where our main character is solid and we're trying to focus on the side characters. And now that we're focusing on the side characters, you don't care about them. You want the main character. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. It blows my mind. If I focus on Deku a lot, everyone's gonna be screaming, we don't know about Bakugo and Todoroki and all this stuff. But if we focus on Bakugo and Todoroki, we don't get enough Deku, yada yada yada. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. And it's just, which one do you want to bite the bullet on? You want to have a cast of characters that you actually care about, or do you just want to have Naruto where the rest of the teams are not relevant past a certain point in the series? Or Bleach, where none of the side characters are actually relevant power-wise past a certain point of the series? Or a Dragon Ball, where the Z fighters are not relevant anymore and it's literally Goku and Vegeta. Name another series. We can keep going all day. The only series that actually did a great job with keeping its side characters and developing its main characters was Yu Yu Hakusho. That is it. I can't think of another series that has done a better job than it. Yusuke is our main character and we get a lot about him, but we also care about Kuwabara, we also care about Hiei, and we also care about Kurama, and they're all powerful, but they're not as strong as Yusuke, but they're never rendered useless. That's the only show that's done it right. Every other show fails miserably. And one of the main issues is we don't know enough about the side characters. So now we have a modern show that is actually trying to care about the side characters and develop its main character, and people don't care. It's not good enough. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. I can't speak on any other series. I would have mentioned them, but I don't read them. I plan on reading them. I'm pretty sure Black Clover is probably good at this, but I can't speak on it. I don't have an opinion on Black Clover because I haven't read it and I haven't watched it. And I'm not going to be one of these dumb people that are out here ragging on a series when I know nothing about it. I have no opinions on the series whatsoever. I plan on developing opinions very soon, but I don't have them now. It's just weird. It's just weird. From what I've read, people want a lot more Uraraka screen time. A lot of people were pissed off about the Uraraka and Toga screen time as it is. They were pissed off about that. They said it didn't make sense that Uraraka was able to fight with Toga when the last time they fought. And it's just like a lot of you guys, a lot of people that were complaining, they don't really read the series. They read the hype stuff, right? They read the hype stuff. Like, they read the hype stuff. They don't pay attention to the stuff. So they miss the fact that Uraraka had training. She's not the same character as she was before. A lot of people think Uraraka is just there to be the girl that Deku likes. And that's wrong because he literally dismissed that. It's weird. It's weird. My Hero gets a ton of hate for a lot of things that it attempts to do that other series don't do. And it gets killed for it. It's weird. It's so weird. It is so weird. the crazy thing is that whenever My Hero needs to focus on a side character, we get to focus on them and we learn about them. It's like it's crazy. Like when we ever get to a point when we need more Ochako-san, guess what? We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. It's weird. When we need more shine on another character, we'll get it. It's so weird. It's obvious at this point that Izuku, Bakugo, and Shoto are the main focus. So everything else is going to flow with that no matter what. Like that's where it's going. We're moving from a society that focuses on one focal point, and we're gonna focus on a multitude of heroes. But in that multitude of heroes, there is this one kid that is super duper dummy retarded strong. Yeah, I've seen Anime House. I have. Deku gets treated terribly. Deku still has the stigma that he cries a bunch of the time. I think it's weird. Just like, when's the last time he actually... I did see some people on Twitter say that Shoto might as well be the main character, but that's Twitter, so stupid. So stupid. But guess what? As soon as we get an arc that focuses solely on Deku, watch how many people complain. Watch how many people complain about how there's other characters not getting any shine. Watch how many complain about it. Right? Watch how many people complain about it. As soon as you get a Deku arc that has no other characters in it, people are gonna complain because there's no other characters in it. It's the dumbest thing ever. I just be thinking, like, when's the last time Deku cried? How people think of Deku is Deku from the first season and the beginning of the second season. Right? When has Deku been that way? When's the last time Deku has exhibited any of those behaviors? Like, and when I'm saying crying, I'm not talking about tears that you can have a reason for. Like, Deku would cry. Like, Deku would cry and be like, "Oh my god, oh no!" Like, I get that, that's kind of annoying, right? But when's the last time he did that? "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, when's the last time he's done that? Because that's the thing that annoys people. Like, when's the last time he did that? I'm pretty sure he stopped doing that if we go anime wise in the second season, because he didn't do it once the third season. Not one time in the third season did he do it. Did he do it in the training? No, he didn't. It's the weirdest thing. He hasn't done it. Matter of fact, he hasn't done it since, like, any reason that Deku has cried since, like, the I don't know. Like, it's been valid reasons. Like, if you didn't cry, it'd be kind of dumb. Like, Night Eye dying. Yeah, I'm gonna drop some tears for that. When Gran Torino is seemingly dead and Aizawa is getting his leg cut off in front of me, he cries and then goes into a fit of rage. He cries and then goes into a fit of rage. It's I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I'll just say Deku has Black Air Force energy right now. No change in their minds. Once the war arc comes, they're gonna find something about the war arc to hate. Just like I have a friend. I don't know if he's watching. Doesn't like the war arc whatsoever. He doesn't understand the villain's motivations in the series. I'm just like, every time he says it, I just let him say it because I don't understand where he's coming from. We had a whole arc explaining what the villains are doing and why they're doing it, and you don't get it. So I don't know. At that point, there's nothing to talk about nor debate. So there's always going to be something to complain about this series. Where are we at? Where am I at? People are complaining about getting screen time, but get this, they'll also be complaining about him getting too much screen time on Twitter. Dude, whenever Black Whip manifests, there's gonna be so many people complaining. There's gonna be so many people complaining. He has multiple quirks. He's gonna be too strong. We're gonna go through the whole gambit of everything we went through with all the manga readers. And I'm muting my hero permanently on every single social media device. His cries were gags, and people are just annoyed, and they can't get past it. Which is just like, it kind of tells me a lot about their personality, because it's just like, oh, like, oh my goodness. It's like, oh, you can't get past something that someone's done. Like, it makes me think about them as a person. And I've said this before. Like, how are you in your personal life? Like, like, how are you in your personal life? Like, this fictional character, you can't get past that he cried a lot and he grew up and he got over it. You keep going back and mentioning that he used to cry a lot. Boys never ran from a fight. Not once. The boy literally has to get stopped from fighting because he'll kill himself to try to fight. But he's a punk. He cries too much. Stupid. 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 So stupid. When he's balancing the stuff with Eri and All Might, which is a valued reason, right? Even though multiple quirks was a thing, like it's been set up for a while. Twitter's gonna be in a frenzy when Black Whip explodes. It's gonna be in a frenzy, and I'm not gonna be on there. I'm not on Twitter right now as it is. Twitter's gonna be in a frenzy. It's gonna be in a frenzy. He has multiple quirks. Then we're gonna go through the whole thing of how, like, which user is he? He's the 9th user. Oh my gosh, he has 8 quirks, and then we're gonna go through the whole All Might didn't have a quirk, and the first user technically really didn't have a quirk. He's the one that started it all. So it's like, how many people could he be? And we're gonna go through all that all over again. Just like we did whenever Aries quirk got introduced into the story and people freaked out when they first read it the first time. And then when the anime happened and everyone freaked out again about it, that's gonna happen all over again. It's gonna happen all over again. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm past it. At this point, everyone complains that Deku having multiple quirks is going to put him so much further up past everyone. Sometimes I'd be sitting here thinking, how the hell do they still keep up with him? Like, whenever Deku sped past Bakugo like 10 chapters ago, and then Bakugo had like a quirk explosion and still showed that he was still a little bit faster than him, I'm like, how the hell are they doing this? I'm thinking that way. How are they keeping up with him? It's not like, I don't know. It's like, how are they keeping up with him? Bakugo's explosions now look like solar system galaxy. I don't know. They're stars now. Like, Bakugo's explosions look like stars now. It's like he had a quirk awakening of something. I don't know. And I'm just like, how's he keeping up with Deku? Just think about the things that Bakugo does and think about just the power that's imbued in Deku. And Deku's at like 45% right now, and he's still faster than Deku at 45%. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts to think that Bakugo is still keeping up with Deku, and Deku's like close to 40-50% one for all. It's like, how? And I think the explanation is the quirk singularity theory. It's just that the quirks are getting too strong. Like, they're too strong for their own good. Like, they're too strong for their own good. And plus, you can scientifically come up with a reason. I think Bakugo is finding more reasons to make his explosions more like potent, kind of like Endeavor's flash fire fist. So if if Bakugo takes like that same thought process and then retools it for his explosions, he possibly could make more potent explosions. Therefore, if he trains his body in a certain way, he's able to keep up with the motions and, I don't want to say G-forces because I don't know if that's accurate enough, but like the G-force that he would be pulling to make some of these active. Like, you can think of it. We just haven't seen Bakugo work through that. That's the whole thing. We just haven't seen him go through the process of, I need to do this to do this to do, like, kind of, we always see when Deku thinks his way through his next ability. Like, he thought his way through shoot style. He thinks his way through air. Like, we always get to see it, but with the other characters, not so much. We get a scene of them testing some stuff out, and then the next time we see them, they got some new cool stuff that they're doing. But I can only assume that's why Bakugo is fast like that. It's just, we just didn't get to see him think through it. I hate when I see that Deku is a bad main character because he didn't train after he was told he was quirkless. People have some of the damnedest reasons as to what they wanted Deku to do. If Deku was Batman, Deku would be dead. He would be dead. Batman doesn't work in this universe. Bakugo and Shoto I can stand. Eat a 2. I think you understand. Eat a 2. I'm just waiting on Momo to pull out a nuke and Shoto learn how to turn her quirk into different sound frequencies. Yeah, I want to see some of this stuff too. I want to see a lot of this stuff too. I want to see a lot of this stuff too. I think, what's the equivalent of, like, with I don't think Bakugo will make a supernova. I think Todoroki has the capabilities, because if Todoroki builds that endurance up, theoretically he can he can create an endless heat. He seemingly doesn't have a limit cap on him, and the fact that he has an ice quirk, he can always regulate his temperature. So no matter how hot of a flame he produces, if he develops his quirk to a crazy point, he can make it extremely hot and he never runs the risk of overheating. So I do think Todoroki eventually will have a supernova kind of attack. Like instead of, I think Todoroki will take the prominence burn. He could take a prominence burn and turn it into like a supernova or something crazy. I saw a video doing a psychological deep dive on Deku a few years ago. It made me realize that people just don't pay attention to his character enough. No, they don't. Wasn't constant 45% at the moment of impact or burst, but when he hits 50%, that is true. It wasn't 45 consistently. I think he's at like 25 or 30% consistently, and then he's snapping the 45. That's right. Oh gosh. But Bakugo still is keeping up and is faster than 30% speed wise. Like with his explosions, he's still faster than Deku at Deku's consistent 30%. And that's a feat, because Deku's fast as hell. He's fast as hell. Demon Slayer was already hated by people, and now I feel like the hate for Demon Slayer is immature. I would love, yeah, what is that video, Dexter? If you possibly could remember it, I would love to watch that. Bakugo will be the weakest out of the three in the end. That's basically just confirmed at this point. I think the movie too shows like a potential that if Bakugo had the ability to have a one for all, what could be capable. If Bakugo had the ability to consistently train and his body can keep up with his quirk, he could do some stupid stuff. That's the whole thing with Bakugo. If Bakugo's quirk can keep, if his body can keep up with his quirk, then he can do some crazy things. And it's only if his body can keep up with his quirk. But he's just going to come to a point where his body can't go any further. Because right now we already can see that Bakugo can hurt himself with his explosions by pushing too hard. So if he continually develops that quirk like a madman, like we know he already does develop his quirk consistently. We know that he does that. So you just have to hope that he doesn't do it to a point where he ends up like not necessarily like a Dabi, but akin to it, where he develops his quirk too far. Right? He develops it too far to the point where he can never max output because he'll kill himself if he does it. There's going to come a point where no one in the class is going to keep up with Deku, unless Deku literally like destroys his body to a point that it stops him from being able to operate, kind of like Vader. Whoa! I just had an epiphany. Whoa! Kind of like Vader. Like, Vader is extremely strong and he's terrifying, and you don't want to run across Vader as is now. But it's confirmed that if Vader had actually had arms and legs, he would be exponentially stronger than what he is in A New Hope. Then in A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. He would be exponentially stronger than what he is in those three movies. And Rogue One shows us exactly what he's capable of doing. So unless Deku ends up in a situation where everything he's been doing to himself stops him from reaching his full potential, there's going to come a point in time where there's going to be no one in the class that can keep up with him. Izuku's about to get a metal arm like Anakin Skywalker and then go to a dark side after his mom dies like Anakin. Epiphany. I'm telling you, epiphany. And this is not far off because Hori is a Star Wars fan. He's a Star Wars fan. This is not far off. And if we don't go the Anakin route, we can go the Luke route because Luke flirted with the dark side in Empire and Jedi. He flirted with it. In my opinion, he fully went and then came back. I'm telling you, if we don't go the Anakin route fully, Deku's gonna go the Luke route, because at Empire he disobeyed Yoda and went to go fight Vader when he didn't have to. Like, Yoda was telling him, you don't have to go, your friends are gonna be fine, but Luke was like, no, they need me. Like, Luke didn't help the situation whatsoever at all. They were taking Han regardless. And lay it like I'm telling you, like, and then in Jedi, Sidious tempted Luke and Luke bit and actually struck, and Vader saved him from going to the dark side. So if we don't go full Anakin of him fully going to the dark side, we're gonna get with Deku probably flirting with the dark side. You never know. You never know. You never know. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It is not out of the realm of possibility. It's not. Gran Torino is literally Yoda. A bunch of locations and destinations in this My Hero universe are based off of locations in Star Wars. Oh man, I'm pretty sure Deku's going to get a metal arm just like Luke and Anakin. Epiphany. That junk hit me across the side of my head. You guys watch that? That's cool. You guys watch that happen. You guys watch that happen. I was like, I was like, oh snap, like Vader. Ah! And we know that he can see Force Ghosts like a Jedi with the vestiges. It's like, it's a mixture of Avatar and Star Wars. It was like literally, wow, it was in front of our face the whole time. Yes. What volume cover was that? 27, where it's literally a New Hope poster? Is it literally like, is that 27? Is that volume cover 27? It's literally a New Hope. It's the Gentle. It's the volume that covers Deku versus Gentle. Look that volume cover up. It's literally I think it's a New Hope. I think it's that movie poster. And if it's not a New Hope, because it's not Empire, it could be Empire. It's not Empires, and it's not Jedis. It could just be the trilogies poster, like showing all three of them. I think it's a New Hope though. Like, Hori is a Star Wars fan. That's why I personally think that Shigaraki and All For One have a Sith relationship. The apprentice always kills the master. That's why it's just easy to see that Shiggy's going to kill All For One, and he's going to become the new Sith Lord. It's like this whole Deku thing was in our face the whole time, and I didn't see it. That's like 23. Okay, I think 27 is the most recent one, right? I'm tripping out. My bad. I'm tripping out. My bad. It's one of the most recent ones, either for the translated volumes, because I know they took a short break. That's the theory that both are one of the vestiges being evil and having a power craving quirk. You think one of the vestiges? Because that's I think you just described All For One. Do you think we might get a moment like All For One? Do it? Oh, it's possible. There's 30. Okay. I don't know where I pulled 20. Which one's 27 then? Is 27 Mirko? I'm trying to think real hard on what volumes are which. It's possible we could get an All For One do it line to Deku. That's possible. The ones in the back he couldn't see. Maybe. I don't think we get to a point of Deku going on a killing spree. But I think if everything got stripped, Deku's so hopeful though. That's the whole thing. Like his character, he's so hopeful. And he's so like positive. To send him like into a dark place, everything has to get taken away from him. Because even if his mother dies, if All Might is still alive, I do still think that Deku wouldn't go over the edge. So like if his mom dies and All Might's still there, I think All might be able to talk to Deku enough not to send him over the edge. But I do think if no one is there for him, I don't think there's anyone in the class that's gonna talk him down. I personally don't think that, and he loves all of his friends dearly, but I don't think there's no one in that class, Bakugo, Uraraka, Ida, none of them, not even Aizawa. If All Might and Inko were not there, that they could stop him from if some for some like if Gran Torino eventually just like succumbs to either old age or if he gets bodied sometime. I don't like if there's no one of his mentors to fall back on. I think it would be between Bakugo, Uraraka, Ida, or Mirio would be the ones that would have to talk to him. And I don't see what any of them could possibly say to get him from going that far. Or they could get to him. But I think it's just like a chain of command of All Might, Mom, or Mom All Might, Gran Torino, and then a gap, and then my friends in class. I think he'll fall and disappear before they could get to him and talk some sense to him. And then at that point, you can have something with All For One happen, or a run-in with Shigaraki, or something else. I don't know. All For One does seem like the kind of guy to go. Oh, he totally would. He totally would try to get Izuku to spite All Might. he totally would. He absolutely would. What are you watching a stream like? All right. You're right. Bet. I can only see him like that if he starts only seeing people's bad qualities. It's you're more akin to someone's bad qualities whenever, because it's this thought process, and it's a lot of people, you may have heard it. You only do something about something, like you'll only take action on something when it personally affects you. Like texting like texting and driving is not a huge deal to just a normal person living in everyday life, but a parent that lost their 18-year-old child to texting and driving, and they hit a telephone pole or something and lost their life, texting and driving is a big deal to them. So yeah, Deku is a hero and he's sympathetic and he wants to save people, but the people he loves the most have not been affected by this stuff. Not like devastating affected. But if these people that I'm steady trying to save kill my mother, if these people I'm steady trying to save kill my mentor, All Might, if these people steady trying to save kill my other mentor, you could be like, it's only but so much that it could take to crack someone. And Deku is still a kid. He could get chipped away at. You never know. You never know. We're watching the stream like I'm gonna copyright the stream if they keep talking. Not like Toya. A little bit like Toya, if we're being honest. Like if we're being honest, a little bit like Toya, because like if we go through this chapter, we literally get to see his breakdown. Especially if we go off of the previous chapter, we get to see how him and Endeavor was so close. It's a little bit like Toya. Toya is so stubborn. Like, I can do it. No, you can't do it. Don't do it. Man, Dad, why? Because he literally says in this chapter, he's like, you got a day off, do some training with me. Why you change your mind? Why you not coming around? And Endeavor's leaving. He's leaving him. Like probably at their scheduled time to train. And he's not trying to hear it. So he literally goes through the grieving process of dog, they're ignoring me. He won't train with me. He won't train with me. He's ignoring me. They're still having kids. That means he's still looking for a successor. He doesn't believe in me. Dude, there's a kid now that actually did it. He's totally left me now. It's a little bit akin to that. It's a little bit akin to that. It's great that I could see something chipping away. I can see something chipping away at Deku. 16-year-old kid potentially losing an arm, his mom, his mentor, in a short amount of time frame. Yeah, that totally. That totally that would weigh on him heavy. And if we're being honest, like I'm not ship man. I'm not ship man. I watch romance series for romance series, and that's when I get into my ship bag. I keep ship stuff out of my series that don't bring up relationships. But in real life, because I've gone through it, I've known people that's gone through it. When you're down bad, like how Dexter just explained, that's when you have a conversation with someone and words are said and things happen. That's when something happens like that. Now, I don't think Hori would do it if Deku ended up really down bad like that. But I personally think that would be the perfect time to seed in a ship to this series the proper way. Deku sees inside Shigi's head and sees the people he wants to protect. You lost me at the end, madman. He and sees the people he wants to protect ignored Shigi. I get it. He basically sees Shigaraki's backstory. He sees the heroes abandoning Shigaraki. A lot of that would just fall into the line of Deku wants to save Shigaraki. It would just fall into that. It would just fall into that. It would fuel that narrative more. No one's happy about that though. Imagine just how Deku taught Shigi to be a better villain if Shigi taught Deku to be a better hero. Yes. Toga comes in and shoots her shot. Toga's black cat to Spider-Man, negative influence. He's never looked at her that way though. He's never looked at her that way. But damn, I was literally about to say what Dexter just commented. I literally was. Like, if he really does get down bad, like if Toga doesn't come and try to get an answer from him in this hospital, if she just sits on it and Deku gets down bad and then Toga goes to talk to him, that could form a connection between the two of them. Because at that point in time, it will be two broken-minded people having a conversation on things that they both are unsure about. And that could form something. That could form something. Like, literally. It really could. Toga comes in and bags Uraraka and Deku. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. You know what I wouldn't be opposed to? You know what I wouldn't be opposed to? If Toga pulled... I don't know how many of you are Inuyasha fans. You only would have had to have seen the first 25 episodes of Inuyasha, so it's not like a gigantic spoiler. But how cool would it be to see Toga pull a Naraku style deception between two characters? If you have no one to turn to after a tragedy, then a girl who's obviously in love with you and comes to comfort you, a 16-year-old teen could be persuaded. I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. It would be the perfect moment. Now, I don't know if Hori would do it, but it would be the perfect moment to seed in a relationship. It would be. To seed something, to seed a connection. Because right now, Deku does not look at Toga as anything. She's the creepy girl to Deku. But now that Toga is in a different mind state than the last time he saw her, she would approach him on some stuff. And if he's down bad, he would respond in a way that is not Deku-like. And it might catch her attention. And he might have some answers that she is not expecting. So, I don't know. I do not know. That would be interesting to discover and to go along with. That would be interesting, but it would set the fandom on fire. it would set the fandom on fire, and I do think it would do more harm than good. But I personally would love it. I personally would love it because shonens handle romance so terribly. It's like you can't rush romance at the ending. You can't rush the romance at the ending. It doesn't make sense. You gotta see this stuff through. I think it would be dope. And if you do it the Spider-Man route, you know Uraraka can come in and get her moment and get her man back. You know that's gonna happen. You know that's gonna happen. You know that's gonna happen. She gonna get her moment where she get her man back. I'm telling you. Basically, we all just want a Spider-Man 3 storyline, no matter how it happens. Amen. Amen. Deku is always willing to listen. I think she might come with. Yeah, you never know, because she approached Uraraka the wrong way, and it just depends on if Toga can understand. Like, maybe if I approach Deku a different way, I might get a different answer. You never know. But I do think if she approaches Deku on the same way she approached Uraraka, depending on which Deku she's approaching, you're either gonna get your usual Deku approach, and they have like a little squabble. He says something that makes her stop and think about stuff, or he does some smooth, crazy move that she is not expecting. Probably knocks the hell out of her, like pins her up against the wall, like, yo, I'm not playing games with you. Right? I'm not playing games with you. What do you want? And Toga's just like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? With that new Uraraka, I have to check his Twitter out. I do follow him on Twitter. I have to check that out. Spider-Man: The Last Jedi. I really like that movie. I still think Toga is posing as an. I personally think that too. I do think she's in the hospital, or maybe as his mom. Nah, that would be crazy. Now that would be crazy. I'm waiting for Toga to pull Joker from The Dark Knight. If she you're sending me into a spiral right now. If his mom walks in that room and Toga's face, that would break my heart. Oh, I would be disgusted. I would be hurt. I would be hurt. I would genuinely be hurt if that was the case. Look at no, Toga wouldn't do that. If she did that, like, I would be hurt if she did something like that. If his mom shows up, dog. If Inko shows up and she's acting weird, Rock, I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you. If Inko shows up and she's acting any bit weird, unlike the Inko we know, I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you. You're getting all of this blame. You're getting it all. You're getting it all. That would be so mind trippy messed up. Yeah, that's some Tokyo, like, that's some I think that's why I'm kind of loving it, because it would feel like I just wish my hero was a seinen. How about that? That's just what I wish. I just wish my hero was a seinen. That's it. That's it. I love my hero, but I just wish my hero was a seinen, because we would get some crazy stuff. If my hero was a seinen, imagine how much crazier Dabi's backstory would be. Yeah, this will happen if my hero was published by Kodansha. I love my hero. My hero would be nuts if it was that. My Hero would be absolutely nuts if it was that. You think I stand over My Hero now? You think I stand over My Hero now? I would be screaming from the mountaintops about My Hero if it was like that. What? Oh man, I'm getting too excited. Now I'm getting a little bit too excited. Bring it back in. 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 Great. I'm getting out of here. We've been here for an hour and 45 minutes. Stream started at 5. It's 5. I'm started at 4. It's 5:45 for me. So, Attack on Titan is out. I need to go watch Attack on Titan. Weirdly enough, I don't agree with NASCAR fans, but I watch NASCAR and the Daytona 500 is on, and I want to go at least catch the end of it if it's not already over. It was starting at 3:30, so yeah, I at least want to catch the end of it. So I'm out of here. I'll be in the Discord to talk about some more stuff once I'm gonna reread this chapter a little later today. So I'll be in the Discord to talk about it, and we're obviously gonna be talking about Attack on Titan. So if you're not in there, get in there. Link is in the description. Tomorrow I'm not doing anything. Yeah, tomorrow I'm not doing it. It's weird. Tomorrow I'm not doing anything. There is no live stream tomorrow. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Look at the internet is crapping the bed right now. We're dropping frames right now. It's time to go. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday, because it said the 21st, I think. Yeah, the 21st. So see you guys next Sunday. Peace out.